They told him he should stay in the back, at his Vancouver office, quiet, invisible, replaceable. It was written in nicer words, of course. Amir is a strong technical contributor, his performance review said, better suited to behind-the-scenes work than client-facing roles. He stared at the screen as rain slid down the window of the 20th floor meeting room, the city below blurred by gray clouds and glass. Amir hadn't crossed an ocean to stay behind the scenes. He'd left Karachi for Canada with a student visa, 2 jackets that weren't warm enough, and a promise to his parents that he'd make it. Now he rode the SkyTrain from Surrey to downtown every morning, packed in with strangers, skyscrapers growing larger with each stop, and his courage shrinking. In meetings, he sat near the end of the table, laptop open, eyes on the graphs he'd built. When ideas came, he felt them rise to his throat, then watched someone louder say something half as clear and get all the credit. Strong, technical, not client material. He carried that sentence home with him, all the way to his small basement suite, the ceiling low enough to touch. He lay on his bed, scrolling through job postings he didn't feel brave enough to apply for, wondering if maybe this was just how it would be. His sister messaged from back home. "How's Vancouver?" she asked. "Good," he typed, then paused, then deleted. Instead he wrote, "They say I'm not client material." Her reply came fast. "They said the same about you in school. You proved them wrong there. Start small, but don't let them decide your ceiling." Those words sat with him longer than any line from that review. The next week, Amir made a quiet deal with himself. He wouldn't become someone else. He would just stretch who he already was, one small, scary action at a time. On Tuesday nights, after work, he started going to a free public speaking club at a community center off Commercial Drive. He stood in front of 10 strangers, hands shaking, practicing one-minute stories about nothing and everything, his first snow, his mother's chai recipe, the SkyTrain delay that morning. He recorded himself on his phone, wincing at every pause, every stumble. But the more he listened, the less foreign his own voice sounded. At the office, he set tiny rules. Say one sentence in every meeting. Ask one question about the why, not just the numbers. Volunteer to walk new hires through the dashboards he'd built. No one called it leadership. No one said, "You're changing," but he felt it. Then, one February morning, Vancouver did something unusual. It snowed. Hard. A big American client was flying in for a strategy session. Their flight was delayed, then rerouted. Amir's manager got stranded overnight in Calgary on a layover. At 7:12 a.m., Amir's phone buzzed. "Just keep them warm till we reschedule," his director said. "Walk them through the basics. Don't worry about presenting anything big that afternoon." In a glass boardroom overlooking a city dusted in white, the client team arrived, shaking snow from their coats. Someone asked casually, "So, who's leading us through the new reporting structure?" Silence. Amir felt his heart slam against his ribs. He could keep it basic, like they'd told him. Or he could show them the thing he'd built, the version no one had seen yet, the one he'd stayed late for, night after night, while the cleaning staff emptied trash cans around him. He stood up. His voice wobbled on the first sentence, then settled. He didn't try to sound like his manager. He walked them through the story behind the numbers, their customers, their losses, the paths forward. He asked questions. He paused long enough to listen. He answered honestly when he didn't know. 40 minutes later, the client lead leaned back and said, Who designed this framework? Amir swallowed. I did. Good, she replied. We'd like him on all our calls from now on. Word traveled faster than he expected. By the time his manager finally made it back, the director had already said it twice in the open office. Amir stepped up. The client loved him. Months passed. Nothing exploded. No instant millionaire story, just steady, quiet shifts. He was asked to co-lead the account. Junior analysts started dropping by his desk, asking, "How did you get so good at presenting?" He moved out of the basement into a small studio closer to downtown, where he could see a sliver of the mountains on a clear day. In his next review, there was a new line. Amir has become a trusted voice in client meetings. He printed it out and folded it beside the old sentence, the one that once defined him, now just paper. Somewhere in Canada today, someone might be telling you who you are not. Not leadership material, not client-facing, not ready. You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to shout. You just have to do what Amir did. Pick one small, uncomfortable action and repeat it until the person they described no longer exists. Because proving others wrong isn't about revenge. It's about quietly becoming so much more than they ever thought to expect, and letting reality speak for you.